Join PMU Talks. Join PMU Talks.
We're your shortcut to, well, getting really informed on the big shifts happening right now. And today, we're diving into something pretty fascinating. A real transformation happening in the beauty world, specifically around permanent makeup.
That's right.
We've been looking at excerpts from the evolution of natural permanent makeup. And the big question we're tackling is, how is PMU, permanent makeup, actually changing to meet this huge demand for enhancements that aren't just subtle, but look genuinely natural?
Exactly. And our goal here, our mission for you today, is really to break down the philosophy behind this whole new approach to pigmentation.
Okay.
We want to explore the techniques, how they're changing, look at the tools that are making these natural results possible. Basically give you the inside track on this really significant trend.
Yeah, get you up to speed quickly.
Because it's not just about makeup, is it?
Mm-hmm.
It kind of mirrors how our whole idea of beauty is shifting.
Yeah.
It touches on conscious beauty, this move towards, authenticity, self-acceptance, and using enhancements that really work with who you already are, not totally transforming you. And PMU, maybe surprisingly, is right at the forefront of that.
That really sets the scene, because what's driving it all is this huge shift in what clients are actually asking for. The source material we looked at, it highlights this phrase that's apparently become like the new mantra in PMU studios. I want them to be like mine, but better.
As I've heard that too. Mine, but better.
It's not about some dramatic overhaul, or having a look forced on you. It's about getting an effect where, and I loved how the source put it, no one will notice, but everyone will see.
That's the sweet spot. Subtle impact.
Exactly. And that's a massive change from older PMU trends, right? Which often went for that more maximalist look and sometimes called pigmentation nabagatu, or really strong lines, intense color.
Oh, definitely. Very defined, very bold.
But now clients are specifically asking for soft contours, more transparent colors, effects that just blend right into their natural skin. It's about looking maybe more rested, more radiant.
More wow, but still like you.
Yes. Still undeniably themselves.
And what's so interesting is how perfectly this connects to the bigger beauty ideals we're seeing everywhere in pop culture.
Like what?
Well, think about Beyoncé's whole I woke up like this flawless vibe. That really captured something, didn't it?
It really did.
And then you have beauty brands. Think Selena Gomez's Rare Beauty, Rihanna's Fenty, Hailey Bieber's Rhode. They've all championed this idea.
Right, the focus on skin, on enhancing.
Exactly. Their whole philosophy is often about makeup highlighting your natural features, not covering them up or changing them completely. They push for radiant skin, natural-looking brows, these hydrated, non-matte finishes. So this whole cultural narrative totally backs up the client who walks in asking for PMU that just makes them look like my natural self, but, a bit better.
That effortless glow.
That's it. Looking refreshed, but nobody can quite put their finger on why.
It's interesting, though, because even with this clear move towards natural results, a lot of people, you hear it all the time, still have these fears about permanent makeup.
Oh, definitely. The old baggage.
Yeah, like it's going to be too strong for me, or I really don't want those blocky, stamp-like brows, and that big one, it stays forever.
The permanence fear is huge.
These worries often come from, well, an outdated idea of what PMU used to be, seeing it as this fixed, unchanging thing that might trap you in a look you later regret. Those older, maybe harsher styles.
Which raises that key question for people. Can you really get that no one will notice effect with something that's called permanent makeup?
Right. Seems contradictory.
But the evolution has been just, profound. Modern PMU, especially what we're seeing develop for, say, 2025, it directly tackles those fears.
Awesome.
Today's techniques are specifically designed to be light, delicate, really individual.
Yeah.
The whole concept of PMU is this rigid, irreversible thing is just fading. Instead, it's about enhancement that's truly customized, allowing for individuality, allowing for adaptation over time. It's moving away from that permanent prison idea where you're stuck.
So less uniform, more personalized.
Exactly. Personalized, adaptable, something that can even evolve with you.
Okay, so let's connect that to the how. What specific techniques are artists using now to actually achieve these natural, subtle effects? How do they get results that meet this new demand? Because honestly, it sounds amazing, but if you still picture those old, bold styles, it's hard to imagine how PMU could be subtle.
Let's get into the specifics. For eyebrows, the big demand now is for no makeup brows. Think delicate, fluffy, light.
Fluffy brows, okay.
Yeah, the goal is really just to emphasize the client's own features. not to have the brows dominate the face. And this means the artist has to build the structure carefully, often in layers,
Right.
and work with pigments that allow for really soft transitions. It has to look like part of the face, natural. Think subtle shading that looks like real hair, not a solid block.
Got it. And lips.
Lips are very much my lips, but better. The focus is on improving the contour slightly, evening out the color, giving a healthy kind of glow.
Not like lipstick, then.
Exactly, steering clear of that heavy lipstick-like look. This gives people so much versatility, freedom. You don't have to match your makeup or your clothes to a really strong lip color anymore.
That makes sense.
Now, if someone wants a classic red lip, they'll still use lipstick. But for every day, the preference is this enhanced natural look, just healthier, more defined lips.
Okay, an eyeliner. That seems like it would be hard to make subtle.
It's really shifted. We've moved away from those very graphic pinup style liners.
Right, the cat eye.
Yeah. The preference now is much more for diffused effects. Things like a smudged eyeliner look or just simple lash line densification.
What does that mean, densification?
It basically means adding pigment right at the base of the lashes, making them look fuller and darker, creating depth with a really thin, subtle line, or sometimes a soft blended shadow. It's less rigid, looks more part of the eye.
Just a hint of definition.
Precisely.
Yeah.
A whisper, not a shout. And then, something that really caught my eye in the source material. Freckle pigmentation.
Freckles. Really?
Yes. It's apparently a rising trend, a favored technique even. It's described as this subtle, creative way to enhance beauty, just delicate little sun-kissed dots on the face.
Wow. Okay.
It's about adding that touch of natural charm, mimicking a youthful, maybe spend some time outdoors look. It fits perfectly with that whole my skin but better idea.
That's fascinating. What a range of techniques. It really shows how the artistry has changed.
Absolutely.
But you mentioned tools earlier, these delicate results. They can't just be down to the artist's skill, right? They need the right materials.
Yeah.
Our source introduces Nuva Colors pigments, calling them chameleon pigments.
Yeah.
What's so special about them? Why are they key to this natural PMU trend?
The tools of the trade. Well, Nuva colors are crucial because they were designed specifically for modern PMU, which, as we've said, needs versatility. They let artists achieve both those super delicate, subtle results and, if needed, something stronger or more expressive. It's all about personalization.
So they adapt.
Exactly. It really empowers the artist to become more like a craftsman, meticulously tailoring the look. It's less like painting by numbers and more like working with light and shadow.
Okay.
And their color palettes are really interesting. They're organized by area, lips, brows, eyelids, but that's just a starting point.
The guide.
Yes. Ziva actually encourages mixing pigments across these categories. It removes those old artistic boundaries. So, say you need a very specific subtle tone for camouflage work. You might adapt a lip pigment.
Oh, interesting.
Or if you need a unique brown for eyeliner to perfectly match someone's hair, you could potentially adapt and maybe thin down a brow pigment. This freedom allows for just incredible customization.
That makes sense. Control is key.
Absolutely. And Nuva colors give exceptional control over the tone and, crucially, the ability to build color layer by layer.
We talked about layers for brows.
Yes, and it's vital for all subtle effects. It prevents that dreaded situation. The source had a funny way of putting it where the brows enter first and the client 15 minutes later.
Chuckles slightly. Right. Avoid the walking brows effect.
Exactly. Instead, the result is harmonious. It's integrated. The brows and the client should, as they say, walk in hand, like best friends. It's about gradual, controlled enhancement.
So these pigments work well for those softer techniques.
Perfectly. They're especially suited for powdery techniques, the ones that create that soft, diffused look, not harsh lines. And they're great for neutralization work, too.
Neutralization, like correcting old PMU.
Sometimes, or correcting natural undertones. For instance, in lip correction, certain Nuva pigments like bright orange are used to neutralize cool or dark undertones in the lips first.
Okay, why orange?
It creates a warm base. It optically brightens things up, so the final lip color you apply on top looks much more harmonious, natural, fresh, not just like you slapped another color over a cool base.
Ah, I see. It corrects the foundation.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And you see this preference for subtlety reflected even in the most popular Nuva shades, mentioned lots of soft, natural pinks and mauves. Things like Univier, rose pink, pink mauve, pinky swear, crushed berries, pink blush. They're designed to subtly refresh and enhance, often called the no-makeup versions of lip colors.
Okay, so putting this all together, What does it signal for the future of permanent makeup? It really sounds like PMU isn't seen as this static forever commitment anymore. It's more dynamic, fitting into that whole conscious beauty movement we mentioned.
Absolutely. Connecting it to the bigger picture, this shift towards conscious beauty is really significant. It means embracing techniques that are more step-by-step, that can adapt as a client's life changes, as their preferences evolve, even as trends shift.
So it's less permanent in a way, or adaptable.
More adaptable, exactly. It ties into that slow beauty idea, a more mindful approach to how we enhance ourselves, leaving room for change, for personal evolution. This new way of doing PMU, it fundamentally works with your natural appearance. It collaborates rather than imposes. Clients aren't asking to look like a filter anymore. That's not the goal. They want a fresh, healthy, and natural effect. They want something that subtly elevates their own beauty, giving them that quiet confidence of just looking their best effortlessly.
This deep dive has really illuminated just how much permanent makeup has evolved. It's gone from often being quite a bold, maybe even stark statement to something much more subtle, much more personalized. And it's clear this change is driven by what clients want those natural results. And it's made possible by these incredible innovations in products like Nuva and in the techniques artists are using.
It really is a testament to how beauty practices adapt and evolve alongside our own desires for self-expression.
Yeah.
And understanding these shifts, I think, helps you make more informed choices, whether it's for your own beauty routine or just appreciating the sheer artistry and precision that goes into modern PMU. It's a great example of beauty reflecting deeper cultural values, authenticity, mindfulness.
Absolutely. So it leaves us with something to think about, doesn't it? What does conscious beauty actually mean for your own routine? And how might these changing ideas about enhancement keep shaping how we approach expressing ourselves, especially in a world that seems to value authenticity more and more?
A great question to ponder.
Definitely something to think about.